Okay guys, now that we have got our article, we can come over, or now that we have created the project and finished the project, we can come over into External Posting Manager. Okay, if you've already saved campaigns before, you will see they appear under the existing campaigns. Okay, if you haven't, then you can just simply give it a name. Okay, I'm going to call this one, let's call it, let me just check to see which ones I've saved before from my project. 5 marketing, AI marketing newsletter, AI automation, for example. Oh. So I'm going to save that as AI and for business marketing. Click on Save Campaign. Okay, now that will give it a name. And here, when we come into the source, we can click here and it's going to make sure that that project is saved. Okay, next part, content customization. Put in your target audience. Okay, I've got people interested in AI automation, marketing, online entrepreneurs, small businesses, and whatever else. Okay, now keywords and entities, if you click on AI suggest, it's going to pull in according to the entities and keywords, etc. it found when it was doing your project. Okay, you can choose a tone, you can put in negative keywords. I'm just going to keep that as it is for now. And here we can generate content. So say for example I want to do medium. Okay, let's do medium, and let's go and do LinkedIn, and let's go and do Google Sites. I'm just doing this as an example. Okay, most of you are probably going to click all 24 and come down here, and I'll choose Twitter as well. And then I'm just going to come down and it will tell you how many posts it's going to generate. If you checkbox all, it's going to generate all 24. The real value of this is that it's creating content specific to each platform. Okay, you've got unique content for every platform. Okay, and when this is done, we can post into the platforms. Okay, you'll see a button there like post into Medium or stuff like that. Okay, now we do have a Chrome extension, and it is an upgrade to get that Chrome extension. The reason why it's an upgrade is because I got a developer to build that for me, and my developers earn money on sales that their products make. Okay, they get a percentage of sales. That's why we've got 2 separate offers. Okay, otherwise I would have put it all in one and just made one price. Okay, now this is good because we will keep adding more sites to this. I've already identified about 5 new sites I want to put in here, and that makes it a little bit more valuable, because over time we will keep adding more sites. Okay, I'm not going to say that we're going to add 50 more sites. We'll do it as we find new sites to add that we can add. Okay, now the cool thing about this is that once this is done, you will see at the top here you've got your article for Medium, and also you've got your article for LinkedIn, you've got your Google Sites, and I chose Twitter as well, and you can see it's creating a Twitter thread in here as well. This is very, very cool. Okay, now before I do any of that posting, in fact, let's just come back over to the Medium one. Okay, let's see. Once you have published your URL, once you have published on Medium, for example, you put your URL in there and mark it as published. We need that for later, for the support mesh. Okay, so we're doing external posting, then we're doing support mesh. We will have something called hubs in the support mesh. Okay, what is hubs? It's going to be a page basically with all the links you posted from a campaign with some kind of summary for each link. Okay, why is it important? Because when we publish that, what we want to do is we want to send a press release to that page. Okay, and press releases will get it indexed very, very quickly, and that means that the links on that page will get picked up, get indexed as well, hopefully. It's just another sort of indexing kind of strategy that we can use. But if we do it with press releases, we know that those press release sites are being crawled multiple times a day. You can even put your hub page links into YouTube video descriptions. That gets crawled very, very quickly as well. It's a trick we used to do back in the day. So when you have posted into Medium, you want to put your URL in here and click on mark as published once you put your URL in here. Right, now I'm going to do a post. Okay, so I've got all this in here and it's in HTML format. I'm going to click on publish to Medium. It's going to open in a new window, and because I've got my Chrome extension, which is the upgrade, you will see that it posts in here. Okay, and we're going to get this suggestion from Medium to add an image, etc. And we can put in different topics, etc. We can add different topics or keywords, etc. if you want. Okay, I'm going to close this for now. Now, if I scroll up, okay, so I've got like a quick summary, and I've got AI automation for business, and I've got an introduction. Now I'm going to just put an image in here, and to put an image in here, what I've done is I've gone over to Napkin AI. Okay, I'll show you how to use it again. I'm going to copy the introduction, come over to Napkin AI. I'm going to paste this into what I would normally do as a new napkin, but I've already done one. Okay, when you paste that introduction in there, you will see that little icon. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to create some images based on the content. Okay, this is getting into Brian Dean kind of territory, where the content, where the images match the content. The images are part of the content, they're part of the story, part of the article, rather than just sort of stock images or AI generated images that don't actually sort of focus in on what the actual content is. All we need to do here is we just click on it, and we can click on download. Okay, now I've already got one, so I'm going to put in here to add an image. So I'll click on this, I'll come down, I'll grab my image, I'll put it in here. Okay, now you probably guessed this is going to be a little bit of work that you need to do. We cannot automate the posting of images yet. Okay, I'm going to ask him to have a look at that and try it again. Okay, but if you go over to Black Hat World, okay, blackhatworld.com, go to the marketplace, you can find virtual assistants for as little as $2.50 per hour. If you hired one for 10 hours, okay, that would cost you $25. If you hired one for 5 hours, that would cost you $12.50. Okay, and imagine how much work you can get done from that. Okay, you could have them go through all your Medium articles, all your LinkedIn articles, go through the whole campaigns for you, and do these images in Napkin AI. You can do those images one time with Napkin AI, save them into a folder, and have them reuse them between the different platforms, okay, if you wanted to, or you could get fresh images every single time. But you can see this is nicely formatted. Okay, it's got its H tags and stuff like that. It's added some calls to action, etc. as well. It's got a recap, an FAQ section. It's got a little bit of a quiz there as well. Okay, and all of that kind of stuff is already there. So we got a nice article done. Now, coming back into the RankMesh tool, okay, you have to click on these one at a time. I haven't got a way yet for us to be able to one click and it's going to open all of the tabs, and I don't want that right now either. I would rather distinguish between which ones we can automate posting into that are text-based, because we can only post into the platforms or websites like Medium, LinkedIn that are text-based with the Chrome extension. That's the only, that will format everything for us, so we don't have to muck about with HTML and stuff like that. Okay, so there are sites, for example, like SlideShare, we cannot post into. Scribed, we cannot post into. You can post into Google Docs, but you need to be logged in. Make sure you're logged in. Most people are logged into Google anyway, okay, and it will do any of those that are text-based. Okay, so for now it's got one at a time. I will ask him if he can make it more automated so that we can do that. Okay, let's go and have a look at Twitter one, for example. Okay, because this is very, very cool. Now again, when you publish, for example, in your Medium, you're going to take the URL, the final URL, and you're going to put it in here. Now I'm still got some more work I want to do as well for the optimization stuff. I'm going to be working on that over the next few hours. So it's going to keep getting better. For now, just get used to using the tool and know that we're working on it in the background, making it better. Let's have a look at Twitter. So let's see what happens when we choose Twitter. Actually, before I post in here, I just want to point out I've got some things in here that are coming from Chrome extensions, external Chrome extensions, not anything to do with RankMesh. This is just some stuff I use in Twitter and some Chrome extensions that I picked up from stuff being shared, mostly from, and you'll find those kind of things with the newsletter, etc. So I just want to point it out in case anybody later says I don't see these purple tags and stuff like that. This is not part of RankMesh. It's a separate Chrome extension from somebody else, okay, and it's not part of anyway. So I'm going to come back over into RankMesh and I'm going to click here for publish on Twitter, and watch what this does. Okay, it's important because it's got 9 different posts that it needs to do. Okay, so there's post number 1, and you can see it's got some hashtags and stuff like that. I need to put some spacing in those hashtags. I'll do that straight away. I'll get that done automatic. In fact, I need to get my developer to do that. It's okay. So it's doing all these posts. This is making a thread. This is what we call a Twitter thread. What is a Twitter thread? It's when we're limited to 260 characters basically in Twitter. So what people do is they comment on the first post, and then they comment on the second post and the third post, etc., and that turns into a Twitter thread. Okay, so it's doing all that for you. It's doing the thread for you, and it's doing it correctly. Okay, and this is pretty cool because it saves you from doing it. Okay, and it ends up with a nice call to action in here. Okay, and this is very, very cool. Okay, so that shows you how nicely that Chrome extension is working. Okay, but again, we can only post into text-based ones. So I've shown you how it works with Medium and Twitter. If you're not using the Chrome extension, then you can just simply copy and paste into those platforms. Okay, and you can see a publishing guide here as well. So if you want to use that for publishing into Netlify, Vercel, Amazon S3, then you can choose to click on that. It's going to give you the steps that you need to do with HTML files. That's why we have got a download button here for HTML files. Okay, so that's the external posting. The next step is we must go and do our support mesh stuff. Okay, so I'll cover that in the next video.